A report out this morning is prompting new concerns about the safety of our food. The report claims recalls of hazardous meat and poultry have gone up 83% in the last 6 years. 1 in 6 Americans get sick every year from eating contaminated food, with at least 3,000 deaths per year. Salmonella alone causes at least 450 deaths every year. CBS This Morning Saturday co-host Michelle Miller spoke with one man who's struggling after a recent E. coli outbreak. Michelle, good morning.
He certainly is. Good morning. When you eat a meal, you want to make sure that it's safe. One researcher says recent recalls of foods like lettuce, beef, and cereal call food safety into question. We spoke with a grandfather from New York who says a tainted salad forever changed life with his wife.
It's very sad to see her. She's not herself.
Benjamin Seelig has been married to his wife Karen for almost 55 years. But in October, she went into septic shock. The 75-year-old tested positive for the same strand of E. coli linked to romaine lettuce.
We used to travel a lot. We traveled together every year. Sorry. This is not easy.
Seelig says he believes his wife got E. coli from contaminated lettuce at home. The grandmother of 4 spent weeks in the hospital and now lives in a rehab facility. He says she had a pre-existing kidney condition but now needs dialysis 3 days a week.
We should be able as Americans to trust that the food we buy is safe to eat.
Adam Garber is a researcher for the U.S. Public Interest Research Group. Its report found recalls of produce and processed food by the FDA increased about 2% from 2013 to 2018, and the most hazardous meat and poultry recalls by the USDA increased by more than 80%.
Something is rotten in our slaughterhouses and our fields, and so common sense protections from farm to fork can help prevent that.
The report recommends the FDA require testing water used for irrigation or watering of produce for hazardous pathogens like E. coli, and for meat and poultry products declare when antibiotic-resistant strains of salmonella as an adulterant are found.
There are opportunities to improve and hold companies liable when they are violating food safety plans.
The National Chicken Council told CBS News it hasn't yet seen the report, but says all chicken is safe to eat when properly handled and cooked. And what significantly reduces the threat of salmonella are food safety plans that the USDA enforces. They also said any increase in recalls could be attributed to tighter government standards, better testing, and technology. The American Association of Meat Processors said procedures and safety plans are already in place to reduce these risks of salmonella.
That's me.
Wow.
Mrs. Karen.
Look, as for Karen Seelig, she might be able to go home this weekend, but life will be very different. So E. coli completely changed the ball game from you and your
Oh, absolutely. I mean, she can't be left alone at all anymore, and I'm hopeful that we can get her back to some more normal existence, and that's what we're hoping for.
They certainly are. Both the FDA and the USDA said their safety inspectors are still working despite the partial government shutdown and did not comment on the report. The Produce Marketing Association declined to comment without seeing the report first. If you'd like more information about food recalls, you can sign up for alerts through the FDA and USDA and ask your local store if they offer alerts as well. The real big issue here is people who have already compromised immune systems. They're the most at risk. In fact, Mr. Seelig's sister-in-law, she died from E. coli, but she had already had MS. So it's really tough for people who are already weak.
Yeah, you certainly feel those pain. I'm glad that you pointed out, though, that she's going home this weekend.
Looking forward to it as well.
Thank you. I wish her well. Thank you, Michelle.